outside, kids, because I'm gonna grape you in the mouth!
So, the Unity change in the terms of service, as you probably heard, is basically that they're going to charge every time something is installed. Which is really bad, not just from the point of view of the developers, because, obviously this means that, you basically can't afford to use Unity anymore, because now you literally don't know how much it's going to cost because of this new system. But it also is going to be very bad for ordinary people like you, people who are not game developers, people who just want to keep playing the games you already have. Because what this means is that now the company is going to actually, the companies that make the games are going to need to eliminate them. They're going to need to yeet them out of existence. They're going to need to kill them, to terminate them with extreme prejudice, like the way that Disney did to the Willow TV series. It's just gonna disappear. Because if a game is not really profitable, but you get charged by Unity every time it's installed, it's not enough to just, stop selling it or just, leave it up on the store in case, maybe you get $100 a month that way or something. No. You have to find a way to remove people's ability to download it. Which means that they might literally start, just like demanding that Steam, remove people's ability to download games that they've already purchased. And yeah, that's really bad from the point of view of game preservation, and just from the point of view of having any game in your library that is not a live service. I mean, it's not the end of the world. There are other engines, and people continue to make real games in those other engines. But a lot of people have invested a lot of time and money and, literally just buying assets to use for Unity. That can actually set you back quite a bit if you buy enough assets to make a really good game. And now it's like, well, now I gotta figure out if I can port these assets to another engine. Oh, I never learned how to use Godot. It's gonna be hard. Some of these I guess I could use in CryEngine, which is, the engine used to make this game. But yeah, it's gonna be difficult. But not to focus on that. Once again, to focus on you, the consumer. The customer, excuse me. One of the few things I agree with Jim Sterling about is that it's good to use the word customer, not consumer. From your point of view, you're gonna lose your games if they're made with Unity, which hopefully they won't be. Hopefully nobody makes them with Unity anymore. And Unity seems to have dug in on this, like they're not backing down. And the secret to that is John Riccitiello. As you may know, he used to be the CEO of EA. And he had this really brilliant idea. I'm not going to play the clip because the audio recording is really bad. I find it grating, and I think you're like, well, if you have to put up with my voice, I'm not going to make you put up with a bad recording of John Riccitiello as well. That's too much. But anyhow, what he basically says, and I'm going to paraphrase here, but he basically says, hey, as it turns out, if someone's been playing a game for hours, then we can hit them up and be like, hey, you know what? You see that guy who's teabagging you right now? I bet you'd really like to be able to kill him, wouldn't you? That's $1. Like, you want to reload your magazine? Yeah, we can do that, but I mean, bullets ain't cheap. You want $1 and we can, you give me $1 and we can reload your magazine. Or you can just, or you can just use a knife for the rest of the round, try that one. See where that gets you against that sniper. Or that guy with the machine gun who's teabagging you right now. And he basically said something to this effect to investors, and he's like, this is a really good model. This is going to work really well. This is a good future for gaming. Join me, and together we will destroy escapist entertainment and make it a dungeon even darker than the real world. I'm paraphrasing, obviously, and unlike the actual event, I don't have an ominous choir of Sith to back me up, but that's basically what he said. And something else that's very interesting is he sold off, he basically dumped his stock right before this happened. And so it's like, there's a couple things that could be going on here. One is that it could be, I honestly wonder if he's just sabotaging, speculation obviously, but I also honestly wonder if he's just sabotaging the company for reasons I can only guess at, like maybe he's put a lot of money into put options or something, Maybe there are ways of making money off of stocks going down, and I wonder if he might be involved in that. Speculating, wondering, not saying it. But another one is that this could be a different type of gamble, which could be that, you know, he's already sold off his stock, so if the company doesn't do well, that's okay. From his point of view, because, I mean, he's dumped his stock anyway. But if this works somehow, well, then then the company, turns a big profit. So he might have decided that, this job isn't really going anywhere. So, I'll do a Hail Mary. I'll sell off my stock first, of course, because it's probably not going to work and I don't actually lose money. But, I'll do a Hail Mary. Maybe it'll make the company really profitable. Maybe not. But, can't win them all. But I got my money out anyway, so, I mean, it's not me who's going to lose his job. Maybe I'll lose my job, maybe, or maybe I'll make a lot of money for the company. But, I mean, I've got a golden parachute. I'm a CEO. The ordinary slobs working in the trenches of Unity, who cares about them? I'm just gonna, if it ain't, I'm going to either make this company super profitable or destroy it. And, well, so far it looks like the latter is what's happening, but John Riccatello, he'll be okay. He already dumped his stock, as did several other major stockholders. So, what are you gonna do? So, Unity, yeah, this change, it's very bad for developers. It's terrible for anyone who actually owns a game made with Unity, at least future games made with Unity. But, yeah, John Riccatello, he's gonna be fine. He's gonna be fine. Because he has a golden parachute and he already sold his stocks. So that's how it works in late stage capitalism. The people who make the bad decisions that cause trouble for everyone, they're fine. It's only everyone else who suffers. Reminds me of Cicero. He is very much beloved by historians, as Friendly Jordy points it out. But, he was a slumlord, and when the houses collapsed, he just passed that on to the taxpayer to rebuild the buildings that he wouldn't put the money into constructing properly. In late-stage capitalism, you externalize all of your bad decisions. In other words, you make other people pay for them. And you destroy everything that is working in the hopes of making it super profitable. And what's the worst that could happen? You can destroy it. Well, just sell your stock first. And then run the company into the ground. Then steer the car into a brick wall to see if you can pierce that brick wall. But you probably won't. But I mean, as long as you eject before it hits, who cares about the passengers? That's how CEOs function in this broken, increasingly dysfunctional, soon-to-be post-apocalyptic society of ours. How's the Vanya?
I'm gonna tie you to the radiator and drape you!